So, more changes to the steel path, more changes to enemy health, to modifiers, there is more rewards and a new resource needed to buy those rewards as well. So more farming, more of bloody everything. Now, the steel path is looking like it will drop next week, hopefully, all things going well, which I guess gave Digital Extremes an extra week to work on community feedback following that test cluster last weekend, where a lot of us got to test some of the steel path out. Now first up, the new rewards. There is a new resource coming to the game for the steel path called Steel Essence that has a percentage chance to drop from killing Eximus units on steel path mission nodes. No idea of what or how low this drop chance is, but you will be able to use it, I think, to buy this new Dex Armor Tenno set, which looks pretty cool, kind of looks like your Teshin's adopted kids. They are apparently also bundles of 10,000 Kuva that you can buy, while also adding relic packs, I think, for the cost of Steel Essence. Now this was announced on last night's prime time with Megan and Rebecca, but prices, of course, I think are possibly going to change, or could possibly change, because it hasn't been set in stone yet and the update, of course, hasn't gone live. So there's a new armor set for your Tenno, new bundles of relics, and of course 10,000 amounts of Kuva, as well as mastery rank for completing those steel path nodes, increased resources when you run those missions, and increased affinity if, I guess, you need it. Which, I'll be honest, if you're running steel path, then chances are you're already very high mastery rank, and affinity and mastery might not be something that you're necessarily aiming to get your hands on. Now, the other big changes are towards the scaling of enemy health values during the test cluster to where it's going to be in the future steel path update. Previously, enemies in the test cluster had 200% the health, 300% the armor, and 300% the shield values as well, of what I guess a normal enemy would have if the normal enemy was the same level as the steel path enemy. Now, they have said that that is going to change once the Steel Path update goes live, and it's kind of changed in a kind of a weird way. Enemies will now have 2.5 times the health values, so 250% the health instead of 200%, and the same goes for the armor and shield, so they've reduced that a little bit, 250% down from 300%. So enemies will have 50% more health than what they had during that test cluster, but 50% less armor and 50% less shield as well. Which on paper looks good, sounds good, more health, less armor and shield than what the bullet sponges were when we tested it during the test cluster, but according to the guys who do the math, quick math, on Reddit, which I'm not one of them, I don't do quick math, these new changes mean a level 150 enemy which had 9 million effective health during that test cluster will now have 14 million effective health once this update goes live. So just as tanky than before, but in a different way, which kind of sounds crazy. I guess hopefully the reduction in armor and shield will make all of the difference because their health has been bumped up to kind of rectify that. But I'll wait until we can test this out before making a decision on whether or not I like it. And the extra rewards, I guess, are nice. I still think that maybe the Conclave skin should be added in there as well for extra incentive, but again, I'll wait until we can test it out. Most of the comments in my video about the test cluster was from players who were asking for it to be less tedious than what it looked like, and increasing health doesn't exactly add a challenge, it just makes it more of a monotonous and boring gameplay by slowing it down, considering Warframe is a fast-paced game and this kind of goes against the grain of what we are used to. But again, we'll wait and see once this update goes live on whether or not it is a challenge or not. Now, in relation to some of you asking why don't they just add the 100 levels on top of the existing star chart like they said they were going to originally, and I would take it that maybe them adding the sortie armor multipliers is probably down to the fact that even when they added those 100 levels onto the existing star chart, our weapons still went through those enemies like absolute butter, and it made it way too easy, didn't make it a hard mode one little bit. So to, I guess, give some sort of aspect of a challenge, they decided to amplify armor and shield. But again, did they take it too far or not? We'll wait until we can test it out. Archwing missions with the new Steel Path update will be plus 50 levels, not the 100 like it was in the test cluster, so hopefully that won't be as painful to run once it goes live. But rewards was the big thing that a lot of you wanted more of. So are you happy with Tenno armor, with the, I guess, the Dax Tenno armor? Are you happy with more Kuva bundles and relic packs? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video or don't, subscribe or don't, and as always, thanks very much for watching.